First at 4, federal agents descend on Detroit City Hall and the homes of 2 city council members. What we're learning about the Fed's investigation. And he's one of the men charged in the plot to kidnap Governor Whitmer. Now he's set to learn his sentence. Paula.
Hey, Karen, the mercury is rising, and I'm not just talking about the ambient temperature outside. I'm talking about this mask issue in terms of schools. It is really heating up. I'll have a live report. Andrew, and it is still hot outside.
Paula, you're absolutely right. You see, she's dressed appropriately. Make sure you do the same thing. Light and loose-fitting clothes, the way to go. Heat indices well into the 90s again. But what about our storm chances? They have changed, but are they for the better or not? I've got the answer in your weather forecast first at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, the Detroit City Hall is the scene of an FBI raid in connection to some ongoing corruption investigations. Federal agents executed search warrants at the offices of Detroit City Council members Janae Ayers and Scott Benson. Agents also executed search warrants this morning at the homes of both council members. This comes weeks after a federal probe led to charges against Councilman Andre Spivey. So far, the FBI has not revealed much on the investigation.
Really, at this point, why are we doing this? Why are we doing these search warrants? Because the citizens of Detroit have a right to a city government that is free of corruption. All right. So, but I want to make clear that no one is being charged today. Simply, what we're doing today is collecting evidence.
Now, we did reach out today to both council members. We are waiting to hear back from them. Meantime, the FBI is asking anyone with information on public corruption to come forward. Happening now, it's sentencing day for one of the men charged in the plot to kidnap Governor Whitmer. 25-year-old Ty Garbin of Heartland pleaded guilty to plotting to kidnap the governor and agreed to help investigators. Guidelines call for Garbin to face 17.5 years in prison, though prosecutors have asked the judge to give him 9 for helping them out. We are following the court hearing and will let you know as soon as Garbin is sentenced. The uptick in new coronavirus cases continues across Michigan today. The state reporting over 4,300 new cases in the last 48 hours. Sadly, we have lost 38 Michiganders in the last 2 days to the virus, 10 from a review of vital records. On the vaccine front, 65.3% of people in the state have received at least 1 vaccine dose. One day after Oakland County health officials follow the science and mandate masks for students and staff in schools, parents gather to protest. The decision impacts roughly 210,000 students. This is video from today's protest. On Tuesday, the Oakland County Health Division issued an emergency health order requiring masks in daycares and K-12 schools, regardless of vaccination status, to slow the spread of COVID-19. Leaders say the order aligns with recent guidance from the Michigan chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics, but not everyone agrees.
We're really worried about the kids, both their psychological development and their educational development, because they have to be masked in school. It's really sickening to have other people in the government decide what's right for us and our family.
We issued a mask requirement for all the school children, K-12, in all the schools in Oakland County. And we did that very simply because our numbers are going up in terms of COVID numbers. Our transmission is now high per the CDC. We have high transmission levels. And so we're going to lean in and require those masks.
Meantime, in Macomb County, the opposite situation. Parents are set to gather to encourage officials to mandate masks. Paula Tutman joins us live. And Paula, they feel the mask requirement will keep their children safe.
Yeah, Karen, let me give you some basic stats, and that is in Macomb County, 15 school districts are operating with masking optional choices. 6 districts actually have the mandate, including Warren Consolidated. They've got about 14,000 students, but as well as MISD, the Macomb Intermediate School District, all immediate employees have a mask mandate, but the county superintendent does not have the authority to make that mandate for all of the schools. The health department does. Thus far, the Macomb County Health Department hasn't, and that is why parents continue to do battle with their school districts and their boards. For some parents in Macomb County, the school mask mandate issue has become a game of kick the can, passing the responsibility from one entity to another, each deferring to the other.
It's a game of hot potato at this point. and they're tossing it. And as soon as they get it, nope, not me, not me. I think a lot of people who are in a power position, and to a point I could understand it with certain issues, are afraid to make a call that's going to upset a large amount of, let's face it, constituents.
A group called Macomb County Parents for Safe In-Person School are organizing to put pressure on the Macomb County Health Department to make a universal decision that follows the science, which does indicate proper mask wearing is one additional layer to deter the virus from spreading. They had hopes yesterday when the Oakland County Health Department made the decision that masks must be worn in schools by everybody.
I'm proud of them. I love that science is being followed. I love that people are being put in a position to do something and then they're doing it. I think it sends a great signal. They're trying to unify their county. By not making any stand, they're not only not unifying, but they are continuing the divide in this county.
But today, they continue to press their own county health department to referee the mask fight by making the mandate. The Macomb County Health Department defers all comment and all accountability to County Executive Mark Hackle, who will not answer reporter questions on camera, but instead released a video statement.
Some school districts that are saying they do want to require masks for kids. They want to accept those, I guess, recommendations from the CDC and make it a requirement. And there are some that are saying, you know what, we're okay with where we're at, and we'll continue to work with the health department and kind of be guided throughout the school year as to what needs to happen.
Deferring instead to Governor Whitmer to make the decision.
Even the governor herself said, you're not going to put forth any mandates. It's just not going to be happening or forthcoming, when yet the state pretty much led the country on mandates in various areas. So the question is, you know, following the science and the data, not putting forth the mask mandate kind of gives you the impression as to, okay, how serious is this, or how important would it be? But again, giving people that opportunity for choice.
Okay, hence the can is kicked down the road once again. Even so, indeed, the state's chief medical officer has said, I'm going to my notes because I want to make sure I get this right. She knows that wearing masks in schools will save lives, yet she won't issue a mandate, even though she has the tools to do so. Instead, does defer to others. And what that does, basically, Karen, is it gives cover to science deniers and politicians who want to straddle the line between public safety and votes. And what it does is it makes parents and school boards battle it out with one another.
Some tense time right before kids are all trying to get ready to go back to school. All right, thank you, Paula.
School starts next week.
Yep, that is right. In other news this afternoon, Johnson & Johnson may soon be offering a booster shot for their COVID-19 vaccine. The company says phase 2 studies show people who receive boosters 6 months after the initial dose showed a 9-fold increase in antibodies from a month after the first shot. That data comes days after the Biden administration recommended booster shots for people 8 months after they got their second dose of Pfizer or Moderna's vaccine. Health officials believe immunity from the vaccines eventually starts to wane, leaving recipients more vulnerable to infection if they don't get boosters. About 14 million Americans have been vaccinated with J&J's shot. Time now for our first look at the forecast. Andrew is here, and I understand there is a chance of storms again this evening.
That's right, Karen, but some good news in that department. The storm chances have actually decreased within the past several hours, which is good news. So far, though, we're seeing mostly sunny skies. On the flip side, all that sunshine, all this heat and humidity leads to this, a heat advisory for Detroit and most of southeast Michigan, from Livingston, Oakland, Macomb counties southward down to the Ohio border until 8 p.m. Why? Well, temperatures are skyrocketing again. We're looking at 88 right now in Pontiac. Even if you're not under the advisory, you still got to take care and beat the heat the best way you can. It's 88 in Sandusky, and heat indices well in the 90s. Even in Sandusky and in Lapeer, where the advisory is not in effect, you still got to take care with 91 is what it feels like if you're not protected. And these are the best ways to protect yourself again if you are outside for an extended period of time or a short period of time. Make sure you drink plenty of water, wear light and loose fitting clothes, stay in or near air conditioned areas. We'll talk about storm chances not only for this evening, they've gone down, but also for later this week coming up.
Just in, the Secretary of State says the Taliban will allow Americans and at-risk Afghans to leave after August 31st. Evacuations are ramping up in Afghanistan, but with less than a week to go before the deadline to withdraw troops. The White House says the mission is getting more risky. Devin Skillion in the newsroom. And Devin, President Biden is sticking to next week's deadline.
Thus far, Karen, U.S. forces in Afghanistan continue to evacuate thousands of people through the airport at Kabul. 19,000 in a 24-hour period, with 88,000 safely departed to date after 90 flights left Kabul yesterday. More than 10,000 people are at the airport awaiting departure, according to the Pentagon. That number doesn't include those who could arrive at the airport in the coming days. Not exactly certain how many people that could amount to. Two U.S. officials say there is concern about the risk of suicide bombings by ISIS at the airport. Pentagon says the mission is still to have the military out by the president's deadline while making every effort to evacuate as many people as possible. Secretary of State Blinken says another 4,500 Americans were evacuated today. He spoke a few moments ago.
For the remaining roughly 1,000 contacts that we had, who may be Americans seeking to leave Afghanistan, we're aggressively reaching out to them multiple times a day through multiple channels of communication, phone, email, text messaging, to determine whether they still want to leave and to get the most up-to-date information and instructions to them for how to do so.
Secretary says as many as 1,500 American citizens may still need to be evacuated from Afghanistan. He adds the U.S. will use every diplomatic, economic assistance tool to ensure anyone who wants to leave past August 31st can still do so. Karen, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Devin. Still to come at First at 4. Out with the old and in with the new. Find out why rapper Kanye West is looking to change his name. Plus, a look at stories making headlines across America, including an award has been stripped from former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. But first, tense moments for drivers in California after a plane makes an emergency landing on a busy freeway.